And hello, it is I, the Roguescaper here. And yeah, it's been another fun day of Scape news dropping, whether it's intentional or not intentional. It's here. So I thought I'd take a moment to talk about it. I was going to plan on streaming anyways, so how fortuitous. I actually have a chance to react to something new without being sick or busy. So well, I'm still busy, but you get the general gist. Let me just make sure all my levels are good. I got some stuff. For some reason, all my audio settings got deleted, which I worked hard to get those all put in. Let me add some music real fast here. Get the chat up. Yeah, I sound good. Perfect. Okay. And I think we are looking good. Yeah, so Escape just got their new box art released. I have some thoughts. I'm going to be mainly positive about it. Not going to be a Debbie Downer, but I would like to give some thoughts and opinions I have on it. And I got a lot of painting to do, so you can stick around and watch me get some Templars finished. So first, let's explain where these came from. I believe these were actually dropped onto the Renegade's website as probably a pre-release or a test thread that we happened to catch. 2 boxes out of the 3 were revealed. So we make this just a bit smaller. We'll zoom in hands pretty soon. But yeah, I don't think they're terrible. I think so. When I say graphic design is my passion, it is legitimately my passion. Like I do a lot of it. I don't know if I'm the best at it, but I definitely do enjoy it. The whole process of colors and arrangement and all that stuff. The real question is, would I want a poster of the box art on my wall? And I don't know if for these art pieces, I would like them on my wall. Let me see where my... So that's kind of what I always look is what... Leaks keep on coming. Yep, the leaks are piling in. Sorry, I'm all over the place tonight. I've been busy, but yeah. So I'm excited just to talk about this, dive into this. I honestly don't do a lot of this content because I get distracted by my own thoughts. But let's dive into this. So we got this first box here featuring Awashia, which this image has been revealed, but we kind of get the whole image. What's most important about this here is that we have some pearlescent wellspring water revealed, which is great. It's definitely unique. I wonder if it's going to be translucent and kind of go underneath, or if it's going to be opaque and kind of not entirely unviewable, see-through. So just going through, this is kind of the image we've already seen from the GTM magazine. So there's not a whole lot here. Some small things. We have the Avalon Hill logo in the far right corner. Most likely because they helped develop these characters and kind of handled the IP. They might still be handling the IP. It still is up in the air on their kind of role and relation in this. But let's see, we'll just kind of go through. I'm going to just zoom in on this. So we have the Battle for the Wellspring is the name of the box. We have, what is that? It looks like, oh, I think that's the Morrow Pirate right there. I think this box is going to be heavily influenced on Dryans versus Pirates, if I was to venture a guess. But that's me, Norxa. I honestly forget his name. There's so many characters to remember, but he's the guy with the cutlass and kind of looks like if a Drudge leveled up. I'm so used to seeing the characters kind of, you know, just their plastic models that I don't have them all on hand. It looks like we have some more pirates, possibly a knave in the background there, or the Sundered Sea. We have a Washia, which we've seen before, and let's see what else. We got some pirates. So definitely pirates versus Dryan. I think we probably will have everything here. So 2-player box. So what do you kind of need for an army? Probably 500 points is what they're balancing against. But so you probably have your Dryan, your Kita, the Spring Runner, and your Anshu. You probably will have 1 or 2 more Dryans to kind of flesh out the faction. I imagine we'll have some kind of the big boys here. Wellspring. Who would battle for the Wellspring? Awasha is actually a fitting character for that because, I mean, she is a water creature. I would guess probably Vrono. If I was to kind of venture a guess, maybe Vrono, the Brambletoth, or we could put maybe one more like primary kind of spellcaster. There's so many. But the Vrono or what's another one of the kind of hero units, like not the Beast. I will look into that. Let me see if I can get a list of Dryans here who I think would else be in the box. Honestly, NGC is the best place to look up this stuff because we have a pretty detailed compendium. But let's see here. Not that I'm biased or anything like that. I'm working in NGC, but you know. Let's look at that compendium. Or is the codex is what it's called. Let me add that browser, and just so we can do some speculation here. But I mean, it's really nice seeing confirmed boxes. I've been really curious what the box art is. I'm going to break down kind of what my thoughts are once I kind of finish analyzing this. But let's see here. Let's capture my browser. Not that one. No, I don't want that. Display capture. Okay. Yeah. I always can't remember if it's display capture or window capture. Window capture, I think, is what we're looking for here. Perfect. Anyone using OBS, you can hold down Alt-D to get rid of your tabs, which is always nice. Nice free little tip there. Let me bring this up so we can all see it here as I scroll through and try to determine who we're looking for. All right, so in terms of the Dryans, we have Chana, Halusha. You know what? I think Halusha will be in the box. I think Halusha is a good co-part to Awashia. Marichot. Maybe Marichot. It's either Halusha or Marichot. If I was to venture a guess. I don't think we'll get them all, but I could definitely see this guy vibing in kind of that foresty terrain. All right, in terms of the pirates, let's see here. I think it's just going to be 2 factions versus each other. I don't think we're going to get Admiral EJ1M. I think he's going to be saved for the master set. I could see Dreadnoughts, Exiles. We have Bachburna on the side of the box confirmed. Killian Vane, I think, is in the master set. We probably have Knaves of the Silver Scimitar. So it's going to be a lot of squads. So what's a good... Maybe Crimson Widow, but if you're having them fight, you probably want 2 separate. Maybe Cornelius Breach. I can see Cornelius Breach being in this box right here. We'll put you down here in case I need you some more. Um, oh, I think there's Faye Bonnie right there, so she might be instead of one of the ones I mentioned. Let's see here. We're just going through. I'm excited about these tiles. I mean, new tiles are always exciting to see. Oh, there he is at the top right there. I think that's Killian Vane. So Killian Vane is going to be in this box. I wonder, let's see, does it mention what kind of terrain is going to be here? I imagine we're going to get some of the lore walls and the jungle pieces just based off the box art. I mean, is this going to have like a bunch of just terrain, like a terrain booster on us with just a couple figures? Wonder what is in this. Yeah. This is meant for 2 players. This is, I don't know if this is the 2-point introduction that they kind of mentioned. But we will certainly kind of get more into that. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else I missed. Just some water manipulation by Awashia, indicative of some of her powers. You know, at first I didn't really like this art, but it is starting to kind of grow at me the more I look at it. It's not my favorite. I kind of wish that there was some more, I don't know. It's tough when you have blue on blue on blue. I was kind of talking about this in the Discord for a bit, but honestly, it's just you know, I tried to grab Awashia in Photoshop, and it wasn't able to distinguish the colors. It's not bad. It's not, I don't hate it, but let me break down their design philosophies here. So, I'm going to be honest, I was never a fan of the Age of Annihilation font. It seems so separate from the rest of everything else. It always kind of stuck out. But it is what it is. I'm not going to complain about that. It seems like Age of Annihilation will be using purple themed, which I think isn't bad. I was talking about it. At first I wasn't sure of the purple, but then it seems like it's kind of continuation. You have red for the first set, and then you have green for the Swarm of Tomorrow. Did Dungeons & Dragons have any color? I know the order markers were purple, but I'm just double checking that. I think that was primarily just that has red as the first box. I would like that red used. I think Swarm of the Morrow used it too, though. I'm just trying to... No, it used green at the top. Okay, I'm just trying to remember what the box art looks like. So, in Storm of the Morrow, the thing was a lot more textured. This does feel a lot more flat. I think they could definitely change kind of the curvatures and the values a bit more in the future, just to really kind of make your eyes get drawn to it. I like the light blues, but it just seems like there's some shadow here that I want to see the face. I really want this to catch my eye at the game store, and it doesn't fully do that. It uses what's called a triangulation position system. Essentially, it creates an artificial frame in the center, and then it uses 3 characters to kind of outline your ray of focus. And it's not bad. I think the purple, honestly, kind of offsets it a bit. I think the purple should be a darker color just to kind of really up this contrast. But this isn't bad. This really harkens back to the old classic style. If you look at the Swarm of the Morrow box especially, it's got that vibe of, you know, the Major fighting Torkolna. So, not a bad box. I'm definitely gonna get it. So, who am I to complain? It's more just minor nitpicks that we talk about and see. I think just in the future, add some contrasting color. You know, blue on purple is, it's okay. It doesn't give, what we're focused on is this gold armor right here, where we could really be, focused on just the whole presence of the box. I think it's if I'm being perfectly honest, maybe it's just because I'm partial in GC, but I do wish Awashi was a bit more of a unique color. As a bluefish person is okay. It's not bad, but it won't look as exciting on blue tiles that you have on the board. But I guess the only thing left to speculate is what is the rule set with the the magical tiles. I won't dive into the meme of the misprint. I think we've run its course to death. But you know, the magical at tiles or whatever we're talking about. You know what I'm talking about. But I imagine it has to do with healing. Healing, just having some terrain that heals or favors heroes would definitely would cause a bit more balance to be shifted from Squadscape to back to Heroscape, which I'm hoping happens in the game. I know squads sell, and that's kind of an uncomfortable fact, but it does become kind of a glut, you know, when squads get better than heroes. I think squads should be good at killing squads, and heroes should be good at killing squads or heroes. You know, they kind of have a bit more defined role. Or squads just cost more. You know, I think, honestly, no one wants to say it, but I think if we went through and you had all squads cost twice as much, for at least most of them, I think you'd still be able to field multiple, but then you wouldn't be able to get as much, which is nice. But I don't think that would apply for everything. I know swarm armies, you know, like Phoenix Vipers, but even then, Phoenix Vipers could probably be another 10, 20 points more. I think squads are, for the most part, undercosted just based off action economy and dice they roll. And I do think part of the problem with the core game is that everything is kind of balanced with having Rayland in your army. So a lot of heroes have, you know, 3 defense planned on getting 5 with Rayland. I think it'd be nice to see more 5, 6 defense heroes, kind of more common, and squads could kind of stay in their general position. Maybe hot takes, I don't know. We'll find out. But okay, so that is the 2-player battle box, which is a perfect gateway to Heroscape. So I wonder if this is going to have just everything in this is going to be in the master set, or if this is going to be an exclusive terrain pack here. We will find out, I think. March 1st. I do feel bad for Renegade's team. I'm sure they were expecting this to be a big reveal for us and have all this discourse on March 1st, but honestly, I'm glad we got it now. Because now we don't have to spend our time complaining about things and we can just enjoy the game. Alright, so that's that box. Let's get rid of that and look at the other one. I have it. There we go. Alright, so I have a lot of thoughts on this one. Let's really zoom this in and take a look. Okay. Thank you to everyone watching. I'm sure we're all excited about what's happened on here, but let's see here. So just zooming it in as much as I can. Alright, let's just flip this around. What do I have Let's look at this top little part here. I'm sure everyone else has tried to do this, but let's do it live on stream. And maybe I should have turned these into PNGs before I went live, but I get really distracted when I start getting ready to film, and I'll spend an hour just doing this stuff. Let's reset my life because I'm a mess. Alright, let's bring you down so I'm oh no. Alright. All the other leaks have kind of been avoiding talking about just because I don't know. I'm trying to be positive this whole thing, and I don't want to be, if I have very strong and negative opinions about things, I try not to alright. Try not to dwell on them too much. But this is generally positive, I think. It's information, which is really what we want. Alright, after much ado, we have the foggiest outlines of some figures. You can see me, I am squinting at what we're seeing here. So I think these are Frost Claws, if I was to make it. The colors look really nice on it. Like, it has a good presence on these characters. If I was to venture a guess, that's probably a pirate. I like the white and blue of the frost claws. They'll look really good. They kind of, if that's what they are. Okay. Let's see what else we have. Flip this right side up again. Or just re-import it, because, you know, that's probably easier. Alright. Or I can just turn my head upside down. Alright, let's see what we got here. So we have some of the characters on top. They are grainy at best. It looks like frost claws. And on the boards, which is nice. So we have Lovey Attack, attacking Xenothrax. I believe is the character's name. Now, what's interesting here is that we do have some kind of cave or tomb. I wonder what that is reference to. It does look like we're in some kind of desert, so maybe we're finally getting our, you know, that could be a big reveal. Is that we finally get our much desired 24 piece desert terrain. And Tails says, yeah, it looks a bit flat. It's not bad. It's just, it uses lights to draw your eyes instead of contrast. So it's not terrible. I'm not going to go on about it. They are action scenes, but like there's just kind of, okay, so since it's been mentioned, let me just talk about this. So there's a lot of dead space here. And inside this one, I think this one's slightly worse compared to the other one. It's not bad. It's not the worst design I've ever seen. I've seen really bad designs, but so we have this space here, which is filled with the frost claws, but due to their kind of bright colored, it really just draws your eye. It is kind of a big dead empty spot here. And then you have kind of the curvatures in the mountain. So you have two actually triangle positions here. You have that, and then kind of from Raylan to Levy Attack to the dragon, you have a second. So you have kind of this intersect of two triangles. And kind of you have the frost claws in the middle. And unfortunately, the frost claws just maybe stand out a bit too much on the desert terrain. But that's nitpicking. Now, Xenothrax does seem to have a slight redesign. Maybe just in terms of proportions. It looks a bit different than what we've seen before. It might be just the angle of the render, but it's tough to tell. Now, let's see what else we have here. So it looks like Levy Attack. Has Levy Attack always had a gold axe? Maybe that's a new change. Let me double check that real fast. I can't remember. Oh, it has. It just was hard to notice in the initial post. Okay, so it is gold. This gold is definitely a lot more pronounced. Now, this might answer a question. If this is... What is that right there? Is that... No, that's EJ. That's got to be EJ right there with the multiple arms and guns. I think that's our Solborg, sir. We have the Frost Claws. I like this Frost Claw redesign. I'm not going to lie. They look a lot more bulky and menacing and just kind of have a tangible presence. We get to see Raylan on her Battle Cat. Now, I don't know where I stand on the Raylan on the Battle Cat thing. On one hand, I think it's cool. I like the character. I like what she stands for, kind of its story progression. But this is also going to be a lot of people's first entrance to Heroscape. It would be nice to kind of establish Raylan as a hero before you bring her back down as a villain. And that might just be a carryover from the War Council, where it's kind of was operating on the assumption that most people getting the game would know about Heroscape. I think the game is going to be solely going to be geared to new people. So this will be their first experience with Raylan. She does have a new spear, which is pretty cool design. I like that it's a bit more visceral. I'm not sure how I feel about the red wings. Kind of her metallic wings are iconic. It doesn't really make it feel like Raylan. anymore at this point. So, because I think Raylan has, yeah, I'm not a fan of the feathered wings, because I think the metal wings are kind of what sets Raylan apart for the most part. So that's kind of a minor nitpick there. Maybe it's not even Raylan at this point. You know, she might have just been redesigned to an evil character, but I doubt it. The cat's nice. It's kind of a weird having orange, red, black is kind of a weird color palette choice. I kind of wish she still had elements of blue on her person to kind of go against that orange there would be really nice. Let's see here. Now, it looks like the frost claws. I don't know what these blue things are here. Honestly, it's hard for me to tell on the screen. But we do see EJ. Oh, EJ. I'm excited about that. I do like that figure. And now, let's see. Who is Zenithrak holding in her hand? Oh, that's a... That is a... Let's go. Is that a Dragoon? I think it is a Dragoon there. From the Thyraxis Dragoon. Or some kind of bug person, is what I'm thinking. It might be a Silver Knave, though. It's hard to tell. And we got some bodies or something over there. Oh, there's something in the cave. Let's see what we see here. Huh. Do we know who has been revealed to have a... Have a staff? Is that a Kyrie, perhaps? I don't know. Let's see a wing outline. Let's see if we can zoom in hats here. So there is someone hiding in the cave. So that's a figure. Let's see here. I am going to look to see. It's probably... Yeah, probably a Kyrie that has yet to been Kiri that's been yet to be revealed, which is interesting. I wonder who the good guys are in this box. You know, if it's kind of a typical good versus bad. We have the Frost Claws, which you'll need a champion if the Frost Claws at least keep their original powers. It would make sense for them to kind of have that bonded with no hero. But not sparkly water tiles for sure. Yeah, that's for sure. Let's see here. The colors, I'm not a fan of this, but I'm hoping that it's a little bit more diluted once we get the real thing. It's a little bit... I like yellows and purples. They're actually really fun colors to work with, but... I hope we get some kind of cave. Now, if we get some kind of cave terrain, that would be awesome. That's something I really want here. Getting the Avalon Hill logo. I'm just really kind of taking a magnifying glass, just trying to see. Let's see what we see on the side of the box. So I don't think we're going to get any... I don't think Revna is going to be introduced this wave. If I was to put money on it, it seems like Revna is being... But she's on... maybe, let me rethink that. I forgot Revna has some Dawn Raiders, but... I don't know. Let's see here on the side of the box. How many figures in this? 24? So... Yeah, we're not getting any... I haven't seen any Nemesis Warbrood. I haven't seen any Ironclad Collective. That might be in the third box, I'm hoping. Because those are fun designs. And cool units. What was Zenithrax originally? I think that was Valerak. Let's see here. Let me just look at the original card. And see, we'll be able to see kind of how much things change, if at all. Let me just save this image. All right. right, so this is the original card for Xenothrax. That's the. So I do like the broader proportions on the original render. I think it feels more dragon-esque. But let's see here. So this one can actually put cliffs on the board, which was a unique ability, and erupt the earth, and flying. Decent stats, but 6-3. And let's compare this. Do I notice any differences? Because something seems off about this render from the original. Ah, it's the head. It's the crest. This one has more of kind of a vine crest, and this one has like a metallic helmet. I think it's the biggest difference. And possibly less tail. It's hard to tell. I think that's more of a downgrade, but yeah, that's nitpicking. I like the angular head, but it might just be the logo, the angle of the render. But okay, so we're getting. I just realized that means that's going to be the mirroring of this box. That's the big figure that catches the eye. I actually thought they were going to hold off on Xenothrax. So the Xenothrax is probably okay. This is just me comparing here. So Xenothrax is probably the big showstopper in the box. Which means, what does that mean for who Xenothrax would play with? I'm not sure, but let's keep on looking. Alright, so there's Evil Raylan. We haven't seen any card work for this. This is all conceptual or stuff like that based off the the HasLab campaign. So, but it's okay. I don't have a problem with Raylan being evil. I just want to know the story behind it. But it is interesting because that means that they at least are somewhat caring about this story. I wonder if they're going to double up and have the two-player box have the same experience as the Master Set, but the Master Set has more figures to play with. Because I'm starting to think that might be the case. But we have EJ, we have Levy Attack. I imagine we're going to have one more Kyrie over there. That's, I think, the Glut from the Silver Knaves, or the Green Goblin. It's hard to tell. Oh, there was that snake girl that was announced, so maybe that's her right there. I remember there was that snake Dawn Raider. Let's see here. Let's see here. I don't remember that. Was that person ever revealed? Or is that just concept art we saw? I don't remember. Yeah, so it looks like the Paladins are a bit more beefed up. I'm trying to figure out what this is right here. No, that's a Silver Knave, I think. So that's not. No, so I don't think we're going to get any of the. We're not getting the Ironclad Collective this release. That's probably going to be saved for next release. And probably not the Nemesis Warbrood as well. If I was to venture a guess. Just based off the art. I mean, I imagine the Nemesis, you want your Queen Maladrix as a showstopper. She wouldn't just be hidden. So I think so this is like the Grimnack of the box. This is the Memoring. Yeah, there's not like a strong good person presence, which is really interesting to me. You know, you have your Frost Claws and EJ, but who's the good hero? You know, I guess Valeric is good. I just don't know much about Valeric, so it's tough, but I think it's be Valerac or Valerac. I'm gonna mispronounce that as often as I can. But yeah, it's happening. You know, that's I think the biggest thing. I'm trying to see if I missed anything. I wonder what Age of Annihilation will mean in this new context, because it definitely has a different vibe. You know, the Avalon Hill artwork definitely focused on kind of the approaching end. And this doesn't seem to be that. This seems to be more feeling like an evolution of the battle that was, which is subtle but different. Yeah, it's exciting to see. I don't think they're going to have anything to talk about March 1st. If we're being honest, I think we've had every big reveal, you know, kind of revealed already. But I like to be surprised. I could see them possibly hinting at Wave 2 for that's coming out. We still have the third unrevealed box, which is nice. Honestly, I think it's good that we got this ahead of time. So we can talk about it, we can chew over it, we can mule over it. You know, we're going to get this information of this box. Everyone would be disappointed without having time to properly analyze and think about it. And also it's just good to give us information, you know, help us build the hype train, you know, give us something, give content creators something to talk about, help us sell the product. You know, we love the game, and people that, you know, are taking the time to talk about it definitely want to have things to talk about. You know, the discourse has been so far, wait till March. And Night Tales, thank you for stopping by. It's always a pleasure. But yeah, I think that about covers it. I'm sure Sir Heroscape will go in and give a much more detailed breakdown than I'm capable of. But I think I'm trying to see what's on the corner here, if I'm missing anything. Yeah, I can't tell anything there. I'm just getting cross-eyed. All right. Oh, why? So I ended up here. Well, that about covers the initial breakthrough. I have some more time, so might as well just get some painting done while I'm here. I don't know what is going on with my camera, but oh, I know what's going on. I don't know. It's been wonky today. Everything's just a little bit wonky. I don't know, like, why am I... Let's just do this. I've been messing with some settings, so I probably messed something up I wasn't supposed to. Alright. There you go. Look, I'm here. Small little circle. So I've been working through some Templars, getting these done for a commission. They are tedious, to say the least. But I think they are coming out pretty good. Main thing is balancing the white with a simple hand. Hey, lower down. Alright, if it's too bright, let me know. I think this is good. Honestly, before I do Templars, I probably should not get distracted. I have some HeroQuest figures I've painted, so I might get a layer on this real fast. But, this is Escape channel. People probably want to watch that. You hear me talk out loud, which is always nice. But, yeah, if anyone in chat has any thoughts about the Escape, let me know. I will talk about that. Let me get the music playing here. And... don't know. I had it all set up, but now it is just gone. Let me just import something then. Always have a backup plan. Oh. Alright, so this is, oh, that is definitely way too bright. Okay. So Scape will be pre-painted, in case you are wondering. That doesn't stop me from pursuing my painting journey. Alright, let's just get things set up here. Okay, I think we're looking pretty good. Okay, I am sorry I'm all over the place, but let's get our palette set up here and get these Templars started to be painted. So I'm going to start off by using a dark golden brown just to outline the various straps and buckles on these figures. Now you definitely want to use a brush with a really good tip on this. I'm using the Pro Sable size 0. And make sure your area is organized. This is dark golden brown from Pro Acryl. This is probably one of my favorite colors they have. It's very utilitarian. It's a good color brown. Let me just lower the brightness just a bit. Yeah, I did not want to know what happened to my... I had it all set up. I had separate channels and everything, but now it's just a mess. I probably deleted it by accident. I am quite heavy-handed sometimes. Alright, let's... So it's not... There we go. Not drowning it out. You can actually see what I'm doing here. Okay, perfect. And I'm just going to transition scenes real fast so I can copy something over. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't always. I got a lot of fun stuff planned for the channel. And there we go. It's music playing. They hacked the system. This is what I like doing post-production. You're going to see me Google around. It looks so professional. You just want to follow the flow of the strap person. What I did go through before off camera is I used my airbrush to just add an ivory base coat to the whole thing, just to save me a bit of time. stuff. Templars are definitely a bit of a harder unit to paint, just because if you're a bit sloppy with the brush, you do have to go through every layer to make it as clean as possible. Get the top of it. The original models are a bit darker. I chose to lighten them up just a bit, just because I like this color a bit more. But what are my biggest expectations for Heroscape? That is the little question here. What do I hope will happen? I hope that Renegade will get into a close relationship with the community. I think right now it seems a bit contentious. And I don't think that's good for either side to be that way. I really hope Renegade just really reaches out to people. Really kind of, I think they're trying. You know, they're trying to get on our level, but I don't think they fully know how. You know, there's been a couple missteps. I don't think it's the team's fault. I think it's just been more, you know, mutual distrust, I think. We were slightly spoiled with Avalon Hill handling it with news drops and with every bit of information being released to kind of relative silence and an echo chamber for a long time. I think that started to eat at people a bit, and you know, I think people started getting a little bit grumpy with just the lack of communication. You know, I don't know if it's a problem per se, but it would have been nice to have even like a shadow figure, or you know, if you can't reveal game elements, try to make it kind of fun, like you hide one render of a piece on a map or something. You know, all the big reveals so far have been supposedly accidental, which I don't think is a good way to go forward, you know. Give us stuff to talk about. And I think the community needs to step up a bit and not be so degrading and kind of personally vindictive against the stuff that happens. I'm fine with calling mistakes out. You know, I think that's totally fine. If something is not done correctly, let's do it. But let's do it in a manner that's actually helpful. You know, if you have a problem with something, let's add helpful suggestions, kind of a reason for your dislike. That way it's easier for people to follow up and kind of make appropriate changes. Instead of, it's one thing to say, I don't like this. It's another thing to say, I don't like this because in the future it'd be nice if we could change this, you know. I think it creates a bit more of a positive discourse. Probably shouldn't be talking too much. I'm trying to do fine detail work, but you know, I'll layer it back up. I was like, oh wow, I am not coloring the lines here, but So I've already applied a dark silver to this, but I will apply a shining silver just to really make this this Templar pop. What else have I been working on here on my channel? Anything exciting? I'm trying to think. I am currently waiting for some more art to come for some desired units I would like to have in the game. It's more of a fun piece. I commissioned my sister just to create some concept art for some units that were hard to find images for. I didn't really want to use AI stuff. But have that. I am currently also working on a video where I showcase some fun alternate color schemes to paint your units. We have some Crabo Demon warmongers right here. Just it's gotta happen, you know. I'm working on actually you know, Phantom Templars. They would be really fun to have. You know, I'm not necessarily proposing stat changes, but just more just general redesigns. And if you'd like to make stat changes, you can. But just finding some fun units that I'm like, oh, I like to paint these differently. I have some fire lags with like a cool Underdark theme to go with it, Estivara. So I'm excited about this. I got a couple more units I'm finishing up for that. And I do have that giveaway on Facebook as well. If you haven't seen that, definitely post a link in the description. But you know, you can win a whole bunch of hand-painted orcs from me. We got Krognak, we got Warnak, we got some heavies, we got some archers, we got some swags. It's probably too much. I probably should have given away a little bit less, but you know, I get excited about things sometimes. So I like having, you know, my units. I like painting, but I really do like when people get my stuff and they just really appreciate it. You know, as an artist, that's kind of just a satisfying feeling. It's a high that's hard to escape, for sure. I also just like, let's find this over here. Let's try for a second. About out of that. I'm going to refresh my white palette as well. Alright, so let's get this here. Let's really add this nice green glow to it. You definitely want to hit it from all sides, especially if you're kind of layering out from a darker silver. You just don't really want to have patches of darkness on it. When I paint Heroscape figures, I try to make them look as much like like the original as possible, but if I'm ever feeling fancy, this is a fun one to do some fun blending and highlighting on for the lances, especially just a long cylinder. I'm working on some NMMM, non-metallic metal, but still need a bit of practice on that. I haven't fully reached that spot, but I've started to get some good blends going on. But I'm trying to always be trying to kind of increase your skill. Don't get satisfied with just one thing. Be okay with making mistakes. That's why having a 3D printer is pretty nice. You can make mistakes a lot more cheap. Army Painter is releasing a new line of paints, a good starter set, which I'll probably have to cover once it's available to the public. It's called Fanatics. It looks like they've completely redid their formula for paint, because Army Painter is kind of started off as your basic, but not the best paint in terms of consistency. I still use it a lot just because I have a lot of it, but I'm hoping this relaunch with a strong focused starter box will be and better coverage and uniformity will really help the line. Because I think they are good. They do, like, when they are forced to innovate, they really do. They do well at it. And they also do a really good job of listening to the community, seeing what people want. So they're always changing, always improving, which I admire about them. Get some of Pro Krill's fluorescence as well, because there's some fun things I want to try out with those. I want to. So we have some Stellanauts being released from NGC, which are like astronauts covered in radiation and power and stuff like that. I have some Darth Black from Green Stuff World that looks really dark and almost very matte. No light enters it, and I want to kind of try to work on doing some kind of underglow highlights on those things to make it look really spooky. But I definitely plan on doing a giveaway for the Army Painter set to get some more people painting. I will say that painting has just given me so much focus and drive and kind of my otherwise mundane life. So I want other people to kind of experience that. Let's get my ivory so I can touch up some mistakes. Channel's doing really well. I'm appreciating the slow but steady growth. Yeah, we just crossed 160 subscribers. That's crazy to me. I appreciate everyone who's agreed to stick around for the ride. Always makes your paints very well. Get some ivory, thin this down to try to cover up some of my sloppy mistakes. Let's see here. excited about getting Bachburna. More Morrow is always always welcome. I know they're a bit overplayed, but they're just cool units. When I think of Heroscape, I think of the Morrow. Yeah, that's kind of like their thing. So I'm glad we got some. I hope we get some more. What I've always wanted is a kind of a defensive Morrow squad. They're all very offensive oriented. But imagine if they had like built-in kind of shield arms. That'd be really fun. I hope Renegade. I'm excited to see what Renegade will release on their own. They haven't really shown what they plan to do. Beyond release Age of Annihilation. But what's their? I feel like a dad at prom. What's your intentions with my daughter? It's like, do you want to just release Age of Annihilation, put it back in the vault? Do you plan to turn this into a flagship game of yours? Like, what do you want to do? Maybe they're just waiting to see how well these community respond to what they have to offer. It's certainly a possibility. A video showing how to apply decals to these guys. I think that would be a good video for people to have. Because I did a lot of work figuring it out. I had to design the crosses from scratch. Color match and figure out how to do water slide decals, which is in itself a task. You just gotta be patient. You just gotta apply a thin layer on, and that layer dry, go back over it. So straight up, that is a brown horse. Let's get a nice monster brown here. Darker. Let's see here. Yeah. Thin down that. You, of course, can make your own browns, just mixing primary colors together. But I like consistency. I'm still kind of figuring out color theory, how to apply that to your painting. Definitely, it's good stuff to study if this is something you're interested in. It's not essential, but it is valuable. As soon as I said, you know what, I really don't like painting horses, someone's like, why don't you paint like 12 of them? So thanks for that. Horses are fine, they just gotta kind of get them from all the angles and the likes to flow downwards on their round bellies. Just sometimes more effort than it's worth. But I'm always looking forward to more escape stuff. I've wanted to build a big map for a while, so I might be doing something with that. Oh, I know what I could do. So on my Facebook contest, I did have a build a Threat Valley contest, so maybe I'll build one of my own next. I'm trying to find new things to do, because I don't think everyone's going to be painting with the news that it's pre-painted. I am still hoping and praying that they have an unpainted option, because I would love to get a fresh coat on these things with my own style. And if it's cheaper, all the better. If they have a unpainted paint set, do a giveaway for it. It's the road guaranteed. Now, the community will have to refrain from stealing the Heroscape models. The ones that were released. I do hope we exercise restraint in that, because I think Renegade has been willing to turn a blind eye to the existing classic save scans. But the moment we start stealing their stuff, the moment they have to kind of issue a unilateral takedown, I don't want that to happen. I like being able to print these guys for pennies on the dollar. What are they now? Like 110 bucks. Imagine I'll be painting a lot more of these once people realize I know how to paint them. Escape Con and G-Busy. Like 12 with them. I imagine a lot more people will be like, oh hey, maybe they're good. Maybe they are. I think they're good. They're kind of I wish Sir to Play gave them the ability to disengage as well. So I think that would make them a lot more interesting to play. Right now they charge, and that's about it. Then they get locked down, and they're taken out. But I've been thinking a lot lately, because I would love for Deathstalkers to somehow become good. It's I've been seeing studying the C3V stuff for them. And they're so cool, design-wise. In terms of the actual aesthetics, and in terms of their power, they probably do have the worst power in the game that punishes you. And even if you do succeed and go through the punishment, it's not the best. They are hero killers, but really it's just heavy hero killers, but not even big hero killers. It's just, they have some issues, but man, they look so cool. I still think there is a place for them with that 7 move and 5 defense. I think that is underplayed. And with the Executioner, you could blow up a whole bunch of people to get into place. Again, that's a unit that would really have done better with disengage as well. Or even a unit they can bond with or something. They just are so, they're too simple. I think one more thing. pale whites for this, just because their pigments have, their paints have so much more pigments than your standard paint variety. So it applies really nice and smooth. I hesitate to use the word buttery, but it's very close right here. Bring me a bit closer. Get my elbows on the table. A little bit wobbly up there. Focused. Now I know the official Templars have just the same color tail as the body of the horse. I personally don't like that, so that's a small change I'm making for all of them. I'm just giving them a black tail, just to feel more like a normal horse tail. I have a couple more creator highlights to work on as well. I've been talking to some really awesome creators out there, and you know, if you're a content creator, certainly let me know. I'd love to have a conversation with you. I've been just been a really nice kind of extending an open hand of communication and coordination. I really like it. Guy, Creator Derek, talk to Joe Crazy. I got Tails on standby, and I plan to reach out to a couple other creators. Definitely know I want to talk to Blast Shark, and I'm scheduling some waiting for Dysel to get back to me. Lot more secure. The reason I got this cut mat right here is I have a square that keeps me from jumping out of frame, which is I'm glad I have that. I was editing some videos and I always like to just go whoop over here where I'm not at. Alright. This looks rough now, but this is just me applying colors and getting the layout going. I've been so busy painting, I haven't had a chance to play any video games in so long. Tears of the Kingdom has been sitting at half complete for too long. I'm honestly trying to complete my game so I can sell them back and get some more money for Escape. All I'm saying is my tax returns might be coming at the right time. That between EscapeCon, which I plan on going to this year, and my first tournament, so that'll be really fun. Expect some good coverage of that. And other things going on. I am busy broke boy. But it's fun. Keep the lights on. I got a little bit left over for some fun and some games. Honestly, most of my money just goes back to paints. I have a bit of an obsession. Once you kind of learn your 3D printer, it's just a downward spiral at that point. You're just broke for the rest of your life. Alright, I'm gonna make that darker because I'm still gonna go with the similar color for the body. So let's try umber. Or just mix black into it. Whatever comes first. My kids come in and like to knock all my stuff down, which is always nice. Something I finished recently. This is a Heroscape figure. 3D printed, unofficial, but I am happy with how it turned out. I've been working on highlights lately, so I'm just trying to improve that. And some kind of abomination warriors. So I am happy with the colorization. These are commissions as well. If you ever want something painted from me, feel free to message me on Facebook or on Discord. I have kind of standard rates, and definitely would love to get something painted for you. Or if you want some stuff just prepped for ScapeCon, let me know. This is going to sit and dry and rethink its life. These guys are just a bit tedious to work through, for sure. Let's find one I completed and see if I can get a decal done. Alright, so this guy's mostly done here. At least the shading. My camera's tilting slightly, which is making this a bit hard. Nice wide view. Oh, because I'm cropped in, that's why. For some reason my camera is doing this. I was like, why don't I have the full view? Part of it's cropped for some reason. We'll have to figure that out. It just happened today. Alright. But let's get a decal going. Alright. That's the question. Where's my editing? I'm a mess. I will put us on hold and be right back. back. It's just Stewart said, I know they were just redesigning the unit cards, so they've also done general swaps. Cinerax is looking very Einar there. I do agree. Let me pull that back up since that's on the subject at hand here. Apologize about that interlude. But yeah, I could definitely see the whole thing feels kind of Einar-esque. Yeah, it doesn't give you green foresty vibes. To be fair, there wasn't a lot of Einar units really in this package, so I could see that. But I don't know. That's it always kind of depends on what role does the color really play in and the unit's choice. I mean, if you're green, you're Ular. But now that we have like another green, it's always up in the air. I do wonder if Evil Raylan's going to be Ukkar or a different general. It doesn't make sense to be Revna. I kind of wish Evil Rayland was for Thorman, but I know that won't happen. This wave, at least. Kind of just a different vibe. But I could definitely see. I could definitely see Thyraxis being, or Zenithrax, or I get them all mixed up. Zenithrax being Einar, but I think they're gonna try to keep it Valeric, because otherwise, what other Valeric units do we have? At least on the box, I'm not seeing any. So I guess we have the Dryans. It is kind of Valeric heavy, so I mean, you might be onto something. Definitely not a improbable thought. But I guess time will tell. I do just want to see one stinking character card. I mean, that's going to be a lot of it. You know, the art, the design. A lot of people really just want to know what the power is going to be like. Is it going to be what we hope? Is it going to be the same powers? Are they complete redesigns? This is honestly where Renegade's going to have to kind of show they understand us and understand the game. This is what the powers look like. I think some units could. Now, I'm not going to say that every AOA unit was perfection, at least from what we saw. You know, there was a couple that I think could have used a bit more flavor or a bit more just kind of presence. For instance, the Killian Vane could use some love. This is my bad one. Oh, there it is. I was looking all over for it. It was right here. Okay, so what I have here is a inkjet printed decal for various characters that need it. I have some, you know, Ukkar that I designed there. I don't know if these fit yet. That is still to be determined. That is a experiment for another day, as well as the crosses that I measured and designed. So I printed these off. Make sure to use the highest print settings, and let's show how we actually do this. Okay, so we take this here. I recommend getting a good, sharp X-Acto knife, which is on the floor. The kids came in and kind of trashed everything. That's why I'm a bit all over the place right now. But I could definitely see some more of the Dryans becoming Olar. I kind of wish they were all Olar or all Valeric. It feels weird to divide them up. Everyone's always stepping into Olar's domain. First there was Aquila. We let it slide. It's like it's slightly different. And then there's Valeric. We're like, yeah, it's different, but the fact that you can easily transfer them to Ulor isn't good. I hope the next wave is just like how we have Swarm of the Moro. I hope we have Swarm of the Ular. Just really give us some cool units from him. Give us some, like, a whole bunch of units, because he always gets the shaft. He's my favorite general, and he always gets the shaft. Alright, so we have right here. You want to cut as close as possible without cutting into the actual thing. Get some water once you've cut this out. Just doing a quick little touch up. Okay, so first thing you want to do, you want to get this thing called micro set. This has a strong pungent odor, but primarily it just smells like vinegar. This will allow the label to adhere properly to where you're putting it. And you want to put it in the area slightly underneath the cape, right here. Tap that in. And while that's doing that, take your water slide decal and have it soak in the water. Should just be there for a minute or two until the backing paper starts to peel off. Now, when you print this paper, you do want to spray some sealant on it, some acrylic sealant on it, just to really not have the ink dissolve. And I definitely recommend getting a pair of fine-tipped tweezers. Just be patient. Just gonna have it sit in the water, get a little dish like this. Don't drop it like I just did. You may need just to slide it off. Try not to grab with your hands. Now this is kind of precise, but you get this here. And slide it right in the area underneath the cape. Okay, we did that. We did the hardest part. And just press that down, kind of. I like to take the leftovers and just put it on the edges here. All right. Look at that. And once that's been applied, you're going to take your microsole. And we're going to wait a few minutes for this to set, and then we're going to seal it in with the microsole. But it looks pretty good. Now, in this time, you can make some small adjustments to straighten it out if you need to. I would recommend not moving it around too much, as you always can risk crimpling it up. You don't have to start over. Definitely print more than you need, than less than you need. And there we go. That's the start of it. I tried to freehand paint these, and let me tell you, that was a nightmare. Just because of the ridges of the cloak, it took so long, and if I messed up, I had to completely relayer the crosses. And I have a lot of these to paint. It was tedious and not rewarding. We can certainly try to get a couple other done while we're waiting here. Question is, did I do the... I think I did the shield side on this, so... That's fine. Definitely recommend getting a new blade if you plan on doing a lot of these, just so it's a nice, precise thing with no issues. Pop that out right there. Put it into the water. Let that soak and get your micro set. Your micro soul, excuse me. Micro set. That's the hardest part about this, is that you have to remember which one to use when. And just apply that to the whole shield. Okay, get your tweezers. Grab that. You may need to separate it. If it's not, just lifting up, I find, is the best way. You could use these for shields, for like the Blastercrons, you know, little emblems. For flag bearers, this is a good thing. Yeah. Alright, let's get you off there. No, I think I printed these a bit, like a half an inch too thick. So if that, once I release these officially, I will definitely lower the size of the scale. Let's bring this down. Get you centered. And if you do have a bit of an overlap, you can kind of fold it over. Or just wait for it to dry and use an X-Acto knife to cut it off. There you go. But definitely wait till it to dry. Now this is set for a bit. So we get some micro sole. It's a two-part system, and this will kind of soften the formulation and really kind of have it flow onto it. Kind of have it look a bit more natural. It also will seal it in. Once you kind of put the micro sole on, it's set, but not micro set. Is that, paint that on, right, all nice and neat. Definitely try not to mess with these until you're all finished. I need to dry a bit more, but oh well. And you're looking pretty fancy once you start doing this stuff. Again, don't worry about being perfect. You'll ruin it trying to be perfect. Put it as best as you can. That's a good thing about Heroscape figures. The quality for quality is so low. All right, we're gonna let that do it, and then we'll do the other side. I just want to handle that while it's still drying. But not hard at all. A lot easier than freehand for sure. Going back to this guy that we were working on here. And we're just tidying him up. I got distracted when I was talking and went a little bit too wide on my strokes. Touch-ups, you can spend more time doing touch-ups than you can the base layer sometimes. I do wish it had a silver body, just to give it some distinction, but we can add our own distinction. I painted a version where I really kind of went through and buffed up the details. Like they have crosses in their helmet, which I painted red and gold, which I really like the look of. And painted little crosses on the tunics, and I liked it, but not official, so. I do try to recreate how it looks as best as possible. Let's get rid of this little goober here. We're looking pretty good. We're getting there. These guys are just a race of the slow and steady for sure. Because every mistake you make will be visible on them. Can't hide it with a layer of wash. I mean, to be fair, the original figures don't look that good. Like, this is what it looks like originally. It looks kind of like lame. Why is my camera being so weird? So this is a comparison between the two. I did make my crosses a bit brighter, a bit more red. And a little bit thinner. Probably could go through and thicken them up a bit. Let's get a little bit of detail I missed here. I'm sorry, this thing needed. Titan is being all sorts of wiggly. I also have this bar too, which is cutting out like half of my... I'm going to leave the bar here. It's better to have it and have more of a visible area. And try to realign. Alright. Let's clean this guy up. What you want to watch out for is these areas where there's white poking through. Sometimes you want kind of a semi-clear layer. But for these guys, I definitely recommend just having a nice, solid cover. Do a couple coats if needed. Try not to get the cape once you're doing it. His nostrils filled in here. And I'm still trying to figure out the best way to kind of get the shading on these guys done. And the original models have a strong brown coat all over it, but I do hate to ruin all the hard work we did on the white cape. So still in development. What I think I've done best is a very thin application of flesh tone actually for the cape. To give it a slight brownish hue. It's almost like a slight glaze. I said I hate horses. I hate the underside of them so much. Especially in kind of 3D scans. You just want to be lazy, and well, at least I do. You want to be lazy and just kind of skip that part of the horse. You think, oh, I won't notice it, but usually the angle shows enough where if you just skip over it, it looks kind of bad. So it goes. There we go, we're looking pretty solid there. Not perfect yet. We'll get there eventually. I do hope we get Thorman in this game. Thorman is my favorite unit, favorite concept. I've wanted Thorman as a general, since reading his journals back in high school. Like, actually, that's one video I'm currently working on right now. I'm hoping I can get it finished before he's renounced or revealed with his units. But I'm really doing a deep dive. I'm currently scripting a deep dive into who is Thorman and what is his role presumably going to be in Age of Annihilation. Just the sheer dichotomy of him saying in the Avalon Hill commercial, you can be a pacifist or you can be a hero. You can't be both. That line goes so hard, and it's very indicative of kind of his skewed outlook in life. I'm in deep at this point. I have read the Prose Edda in Neil Gaiman's Norse mythology to really unravel the secrets of him. But my current theory is that he represents Fenrir, and that we are going to get a Jormungandr type character to really initiate the end. I don't know if Revna is going to fill that role. I think Revna, according to Norse mythology, fills the role of Hel or Hela. Armies of unworthy undead. Who is a key proponent, and they're all key proponents in Ragnarok, which is coming. You heard it here first, but next Heroscape Master Set is going to be called Twilight of the Gods, or possibly Twilight of the Kiri. I think it would be a really cool development to kill a general, narratively. And then just have all their units follow the same kind of logo motif, but you have someone kind of take their place. Like, if we wanted to get rid of Ular, let's kill him off. Like, he is in that role. Let's kill off Ular, even though I love him and he's my favorite, and you know everyone tries to steal his thunder. Let's kill off Ular. And then Sodlin's flying around burying the flag of his fallen general type of thing. Like, everyone's just kind of scattered and dealing with the fact, and they have to try to revive him in the next expansion set or something. That would be so cool. Like, it would be kind of like, oh, Ular's dead. I don't know. It would add some kind of weight to the narrative. And please, just please let me make the Heroscape TV series. I have it all laid out. I know what I'm going to do. It's going to be awesome. You know, the first season is literally just establishing your cast. We don't start in Valhalla. We start in, you know, the beaches of Normandy. We start in the future. Like, each person gets a vignette of where they start at in the world, and then they're summoned all at once we spent like 4 or 5 episodes introducing them. You know, so we have just a story starting off that's in Cyberpunk 2210 Earth, and we have a story that's starting off and it's, you know, Phelan. It's just a fantasy. You don't explain anything. There's no explanation. Kind of how the initial trailer started. We go off that, and then we spend time on Rayland as well. I think Rayland's going to be a key proponent. From this point, we switch to Sergeant Drake's perspective, and you know, it's just, there's not a lot of time to explain what's going on. That's strip fed to us. It's a mystery. At least, I mean, Escape fans will know what's going on. But the premise is that he's here. And he has to fight. I don't know, it'd be cool. It's a rough outline. I have, you know, more specific scenes I'd like to dive into. I've been doing this for almost 2 hours. I'll start with the 2-hour mark. I'm sorry, I'm just doing a bit of a touch-up here because I'm distracted easily. Okay, well, I think that is it for tonight, everybody. I thank you so much for tuning in and watching. This has been the Heroscaper here. This has been the Heroscaper here, and I am just letting you know that Scape is coming back. I'm excited. A lot more stuff's on the way, and thanks so much for tuning in. I will be posting a video on how to make the Templar shields that I did live on stream pretty soon, and be on the lookout for some more creator spotlights that I have on hold. So, Escape's coming back. 10 more days and counting. Hope everyone has a great night.